Okay, good morning, students. Yesterday we have started with the summary writing. In that, we have studied about as to how to write a summary. Then we have also studied do's and don'ts of summary writing. And I have also read the sample passage which is given about summary writing. So, before writing summary, we have to do many activities like the steps which I have all yesterday I have discussed with you, which you can see on the screen. Use the following steps for writing summary. In that step 1, read the article twice. So before summarizing any passage, you have to read that article 2 times. Then step 2, ask questions about the purpose of writing. So you have to ask certain questions when you read that passage which is to be summarized. You ask questions about the purpose of writing, means what is the passage about, what information it is giving, what is the intention of the writer. All these questions should be asked when you read that passage. Then step number 3, identify the main idea. So you have to identify what main idea of the passage is, whether it is related to science or general knowledge, or is it giving us any other information. Then step 4, write the first draft. So after asking questions, after getting the main idea of the passage, you write first draft of that summary. Then number 5, revise your first draft and edit it. So you have to go through that first draft of summary, and then you have to see whether you have repeated any word or any sentence given in the main passage or in your summary. So that is called revising of your first draft, and then you edit it. And then step 6, your final draft will be ready for you. Now we have read yesterday the sample passage of summary writing, and it was related to learning disability. Now after reading that passage, you can ask certain questions like, what is the text about? So what is the passage about? So naturally the answer comes, it is about learning disability. The next question you can ask, what is learning disability? Now you can get answer in the that sample passage itself. LD or learning is an umbrella term for many learning problems like reading, writing, listening, speaking, reasoning, maths, and other physical and motor difficulties. These problems need to be identified and investigated. Then third question you can ask, what are the types of LD? What are the types of LD? A child can be diagnosed with more than one learning disability like dyslexia, dysgraphia, auditory processing disorder, etc. Then next question you can ask, what are the remedies? What are the remedies for this type of learning disability? Now you can find out in the passage itself, such disorders can be dealt with using various methods in regular classroom. Then number 4, solutions. Are there any solutions to these problems? One of the way is inclusion. Implementation of inclusion may vary, but it has positive effect on learning disabled. Then next question we can ask, what is the present situation in India? Though the idea of inclusion is not popular in India, it can be proved useful. And last question we can ask, what are the needs of such children? So along with the methods techniques, children also need encouragement and moral support to progress with self confidence and determination. So, when you read the passage, after reading the passage, if you ask these questions, naturally you'll get answers to all these questions. Now, in the next slide, you can see the summary. So, initial passage is of 6 to 7 paragraphs. But if you look at this, you'll find that how the summary is written. See, so after asking questions, no, what is the text about? What is LD? What are the types of LD? Are there any remedies? Is there any solution? Or the present situation in India? And what are the needs of such children? So when you answer all these questions, naturally this summary comes. Okay. Then here you can see on this screen the title given: Learning Disability, Handle with Care. And then you can see from each paragraph, one line is selected. Then some words are also included in that we have seen in do's and don'ts. So this way you can write the summary. You can go through from your textbook. Now additional slides I have, I'm showing to you. One is what? Summary, also known as abstract. A summary is also known as abstract. Precise or synopsis is a shortened version of a text that highlights its key points. The word summary comes from Latin word. It is a Latin word. Latin means to sum. So it is abstract, it is precise, it is short, or it is synopsis. Synopsis is nothing but summary. So where do you find this word synopsis? When you go on section 4, that is novel, drama section, you'll find synopsis. Synopsis means summary. So of every novel, they have given you summary of that novel. Before reading that particular novel of section 4 of your textbook, you can go through the synopsis. Synopsis means summary. Okay. Now here again, steps in composing a summary. Now what are the steps? The primary purpose of summary is to give an accurate, objective representation of what the work says. That is the primary purpose. Means give accurate, objective representation. Accurate means all the points, all the important points which are there in the passage, that should come in your summary. As a general rule, you should not include your own ideas and interpretations, that we have seen in don'ts, that your ideas, your interpretation should not come in the summary. Summarizing condenses in your own words the main points in a passage. So it is a condensed form, short form. But at the same time, the sentences which you have selected from the passage, those sentences should be written in your own words. Okay. Then next, reread the passage. It is very important. Read the passage twice. Jotting down few keywords. You have to jot down the few keywords. State the main point in your own words and be objective. Don't add the writer's views with the summary. Okay. So these points has to be remembered by you. Reread the passage, jot down a few keywords, state the main points in your own words, and you have to be objective. Means writer's views should not be there in your summary. Next point, check your summary against the original. Means you have to keep the passage as well as the summary writing which you have done, and then you can compare it. You use make sure that you use quotation marks around any exact phrase that you borrow. So you can Put a quotation marks also, inverted commas. Now here is a general procedure you can use for composing a summary. Now see step 1. Read the text for its main points. So while reading, you have to underline. You can take the pencil, you can underline the main points which you find are important, or which you find that they should come in your summary. Then step 2, reread carefully and make a descriptive outline. So when you read second time, you make a outline of that summary. Then step 3, write out the text thesis or main points. So after outline, you can write out main points which you find from the given passage. Then step 4, identify the text major divisions or chunks. Each division develops one of the stages needed to make the whole main point. So from every passage, you can select one line which you find is important. Step number 5, try summarizing each part in one or two sentences. So you have to summarize each part. Now in your exam, you'll get only one passage. But when you try to summarize a book or a newspaper or an article, at that time you have to summarize, you have to take one line which you find important from each paragraph or each part. Now combine your summarizes of the parts into a coherent whole. So after selecting the points from the passage, then you have to bring them together. You have to make it one paragraph. That is step number 6. Now characteristics of a summary. What are the characteristics of a summary? The purpose of summary. What is the purpose of summary? Is to give a reader a condensed and objective account of the main ideas and features of a text. So your summary should be condensed form, short. It should be short, but at the same time, it should cover all the main points. Usually, a summary has between 1 and 3 paragraphs or 100 to 300 words, depending on the length. So we are not just studying this summary writing only for examination, but we have to implement this when you in future you have to implement this. And complexity of original essay and intended audience and purpose. So the typically summary will do the following. Now here you have to cite the author and the title, that you know that after passage points are given, then you are asked to give a suitable title. Then indicate the main ideas of this text, accurately representing the main ideas. So all the main ideas which are there in the passage should come in your summary, while omitting the less important details. So the details which are less important has to be omitted. That is the major goal of the summary. Goal means uddishta. That is the major goal of the summary. I'll read again. Accurately representing the main ideas. Main ideas should come in a summary, while omitting the less important details is the major goal of the summary. Then use direct quotations of keywords, phrases, or sentences. Now quote the text directly for few ideas. So some ideas can be written directly and some can be paraphrased in your own words. Then a checklist for evaluating summary. Now good summaries must be fair, balanced. It should not be too small, nor it should be too long. Then it should be accurate. Accurate means it should cover all the points given in the passage, and it should be complete. Now this is the checklist given. This checklist of questions will help you evaluate drafts of a summary. Now you have to check, after writing the summary, you have to check, is the summary economical and precise. Economical means whether the summary has covered all the points, or you have to check whether some words are repeated, some sentences are repeated, or can we make this complex sentence into simple one, or if there are any adverbs you find in your summary, those adverbs also should be removed, and it should be precise. Precise means it should be short. Is the summary neutral in its representation of the original author's idea, omitting writer's own opinions? So see that you don't write writer's opinion in your summary. So it should be neutral in its representation. Then next, does the summary reflect the proportionate coverage given various points in the original text? Means you should check whether my summary covers all the points which are given in the text. Then next, are the original author's ideas expressed in the writer's own words? So you have to write the summary in your own words. Even if you select the sentences, you have to modify them, alter them. Uh, then one more passage here I am showing you just for an example. It is about newspaper. The newspaper is the most basic form of media and one of the oldest as well. It has the widest reach in terms of area and people. It carries information from all over the world and covers topic from all genres, be it politics, sports, finance, or entertainment. A newspaper has got it all. Newspapers are a source of knowledge, and it keeps one updated with the current events and happenings. Apart from this benefit, a newspaper is also one of the major mediums of advertising. It is used by business firms, sole proprietors, and also by government. It is a medium through which products are brought and sold, and offers for lenders and also put forth. Newspapers also help a person to develop personally after going through the columns of spiritual awakening. It also helps a person relax after a long, hardworking day with games like Sudoku. It has comic strips, jokes, zodiac signs, predictions for light reading. All in all, newspaper is necessity in everyday life, and its role cannot be undervalued. So this is a passage about newspapers for summary. Now, if you read this passage and if you summarize, you'll find, uh, you'll see how it is summarized. The news indispensable newspaper. The title is given. Okay. Then, if you summarize, you'll find the newspaper is one of the most basic and oldest and widest research medium of communication. Okay. So from first paragraph, only one line is taken. Then next line, next paragraph, it compasses updated current happenings and is an effective advertising media. Okay. Then next line is taken from the second paragraph. If you go through that sample passage which is given there, and then directly third paragraph, it helps in self development through spiritually inclined articles and induces relaxation via games, comic strips, prediction, etc. So you can find here all the passage which is given in the previous slide. There are three paragraphs. Then those three paragraphs are summarized into one paragraph. Means from each paragraph, one line is taken, and then some words are included there. See, inclined, induces. These words you can use there. So in this way, we can make a summary. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. We will stop here. You can try how to summarize at home. Okay, friends, today we have studied about as to how to write a summary. Before ending this lecture, I would like to quote a thought of a Chinese philosopher. His name is Confucius. Now he says like this: I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, and I do and I understand. So, doing is very important. Practicing is very important if you want to achieve these writing skills, which can be implemented at present also, and in future when you'll go for jobs and all those things. So, I'll repeat again. He says, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, and I do and I understand. So, hope you understood today's lecture. Uh, Practice summarizing at home. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much for listening to this